This is a chocolate brownie and this is a tiramisu. On their own, absolute superb desserts. Perfection, arguably. But what happens if you combine them together? Today, we're gonna find out. So I found this recipe online and you're gonna wanna see this. Hugo, you gotta see this.
Is that a whole raft of ladyfingers?
Yep. Wow. Well, they look pretty decent. Should we go? Should we want to go?
Yes, they look absolutely brilliant.
Let's do this, I'm excited. All right, so we start with the brownies and we've got a problem already. This is a standard chocolate brownie tin. It's 23 centimeters square, makes absolute perfect brownies. However, the height on it, I mean, I could just bake the brownies and then transfer it to something else, but we should go higher than this. So it's not gonna be suitable. Now, the only other tin I've got that's 23 centimeters in a similar dimension is this springform cake tin, which I've had it for blooming years. It's a little bit delicate, and it's got some crazy curves on the corner here. So in the actual video, I'm not sure if we can put a scene in here, they actually do trim it down a little bit, so it's not perfect on the edges until they cut into those squares in the middle. But this should actually do, it's got some incredible height on it, so that's what we'll be using. Alrighty, this is the first step, and it's a little bit strange. It's quite simple. It says to use 100 grams of dark chocolate and chopped, so I've just bought 100 grams of chocolate chips. But also, we mix it with some cocoa powder. So a nice sort of easy start. I mean, I'm gonna mix it together because I've not really done this before. Well, certainly not on their own anyway. Very dry and very, very chocolatey. There we go. Step one is done. What a strange start that was. Yes, this mixture is very dry, but we're gonna enhance it. This is a pan of butter, and not just any butter. Well, it is at the moment just any butter, but we're gonna melt it and brown it. Browned butter. We've done that before on like the 150-hour chocolate cake. That nutty taste it gets. Just remember this color, folks, because in a minute, it ain't gonna look like that. Well, I've got Hugo here just helping me with this shot. Okay, like, check this out. Can you see that? Hopefully you can. It smells so buttery. It smells like a popcorn theater in America, but look at that, all those bubbles. In a minute, it might get a bit dirtier. Look at that. Part the foam away. Can you smell the nutty difference?
Indeed I can.
That's crazy, but that really does add a flavour punch.
It does smell, yeah. I don't know, it smells like a candy shop.
All right, here we go. So that browned butter is now going over the cocoa and chocolate chips. Deary me. Now, obviously it's warm. You got that residual heat. It's telling me to let it sit for a minute. I can't let this sit. I'm gonna stir it carefully. I really think this is worth the effort. So I'll just keep going until it's smooth. And that is a very nice thing. I am not going to taste this despite the temptation. Ooh, okay, hopefully that's gonna improve. That tastes like an oil slick. All right, so we need to start getting this going. I can't look at gourmet chocolate forever, although again, the smell is incredible. 4 eggs going in here. All right, so not just the eggs, we have got some light brown sugar and some white sugar. Castor, that is, if you're interested in that brand, that's type of sugar. Beautiful, but here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna steadily pour in, oh, look at that. The chocolate butter mixture. So little batches, little whisk at a time. This is still, like, I wouldn't say it's warm, so it's good to add it in batches anyway. We don't want to cook the eggs, but we're slowly incorporating it in. Oh, I'll see you in a minute. And look, folks, I got like most of it in the bowl. I feel like after all these years, I'm slowly getting there. And speaking of all these years, today, literally today, is Phoebe's 18th birthday. Crazy. What does it taste like? Explain to people what it tastes like. Tastes like Marmite? No, it doesn't. What does it taste like, really?
Chocolate.
I'm going to be a rebel here, folks, actually. A few of you guys years ago were like, oh, always put a little bit of salt in with your melted chocolate. And I started doing it, and now I can't not do it. And this is not in the recipe, so I'm just going to add a little bit of that in. And I promise you that was salt and not MSG, okay? All right, plain flour. I mean, I guess there is salt in the butter. It doesn't say, whenever it says salted or unsalted butter, I tend to always pick the salted one. It's not any cheaper or anything, but we're gonna fold this through. I'm gonna sort of caress this. Look at this, we can see it coming to life. I cannot get over though, the difference that browned butter has done. There is this real sort of luxurious nutty scent in the room, and it's definitely not Hugo's aftershave. Look at this coming to life, but with it, it's thickening up as well. This is a brownie batter. All right then, folks, my tin is lined. I've done a strip down one way and then another here, and I have actually greased on top of the greaseproof paper because I didn't, hopefully, I mean, it might happen still, but I've tried to make it sort of adhere well there so that the batter does not seep under it. Otherwise, trying to get that out later is going to be an absolute nightmare. But I guess that's kind of my problem, isn't it? But what isn't a problem is this batter. Look at this. I feel like I need some sort of like romantic music playing. I don't know, a bit of Enya or something. I mean, that's not really romantic. I remember my dad used to have a cassette of Enya in the car. And I know a lot of you are probably thinking, who the heck is Enya? Just go Google it, folks. It might change your life, especially on a like little road trip. Well, this is glossy. This is looking good. And I'm a bit worried, actually. This tin is so big. I don't know how big these brownies are going to get. But of course, these aren't just standard brownies. These are tiramisu brownies. So as we push it to the corners, try and get it nice and level, it will go higher. I mean, there's no rules. So we definitely could stack it higher. Okay, brilliant. Just to show you what I mean, the depth on that pan. Oh my gosh, it might rise a little bit. Goodness me, it is a deceptively big pan though, okay? And I'm putting this in very carefully because that bottom on that loose bottom tin is exceptionally loose from years of work. Right, so that's gonna bake away for half an hour, which is basically our chocolate brownie foundations, which is the pinnacle of every house. Not very structurally stable, but hopefully super tasty. Right, here we go then, folks. I'm not sure how much you'll see because of the height of the tin, but oh, you can see a bit. Now I've got a little bit of bamboo skewer here to check. How's that smell, Hugo? Does it smell all right?
It smells absolutely amazing.
Well, behind this papery, cracky goodness, there might still be some sogginess. So let's just check because it can catch you out sometimes. Oh! No, it's come out clean and that has risen nicely. I'm thinking it might sink slightly, but that's a good thing. I don't want to be putting the next layer on until this is at least room temperature. I was a bit worried at first when it went in, but like looking at this here, like the brownie foundations aren't that dominant, but it's a significant amount there. I'm happy with that. All right, so it's been about 10 minutes. The tin is okay to hold and I'm actually really pleasantly surprised. I'm pleasantly surprised by you. Well done. It's still a little bit plump, but leveled out. So we've got a good height on our foundations. And for the tiramisu cream, one of the most important ingredients is hide an animal. Do you know what I mean when I say hide an animal?
Absolutely no idea. What the hell is that? Mascarpone cheese?
Yeah, hide an animal, mascarpone.
Oh my god.
Hide an animal, mascarpone. One of the greatest dad jokes ever, no? You can use that one.
I'm not a dad.
Yeah, got a few years yet. But this stuff's quite rigid. Oh, in fact, it's almost like a hockey puck, isn't it? Go on, get in there. We want to loosen this up first. Get in there. Yep, and we're going to need head whisk again from the Harry Potter films, which I still haven't seen. I've done some Harry Potter recipes, like butterbeer. That was for one of Phoebe's birthdays. Oh my gosh, she wasn't 18 then. Wow. But randomly, the other day, I was in West Wales for a few days with my family, and there was like Dobby's grave. Like there was all these stones and socks. I didn't quite understand it, but there was a lot of people there. There's a little video on the screen right now, but that was quite interesting and a lovely part of the world. All right. Yeah, that's a little bit better. I mean, to be fair, I probably should have just like left it out of the fridge for a little bit. That might have done it. So, a little bit of vanilla extract. Stuff is so expensive these days. Thank you so much to folks that support me on Patreon and the YouTube memberships to help me pay for stuff like that. It's literally pouring liquid pound signs into cream. There we go, and it's giving it a slightly darker tinge with the vanilla there, but we're not done yet. All right, here we go then. Double cream, 200 milliliters of this. My camera loves it whenever I put anything white on there, so I do apologize if you can just literally see it, it's completely blown out, but it doesn't look too bad. But whenever I say that, it always does. Here we go. So the plan is we're basically whipping this up so it's going to be thick and spreadable with very little movement so it can sit on our chocolate foundation. All right, about 5 minutes of constant whipping. It helps that it was mostly already cold anyway, but that has got nice firm peaks on it. I have got to try this. Damn, that's good. And even for the short moment for this next step, I'm gonna put this in the fridge to help the rigidity and hopefully reduce the ultimate chilling time that this whole thing is gonna need. Try this, Hugo.
Okay.
Freshly made, hide an animal with vanilla, icing sugar and cream.
Oh, that's incredible.
You like it?
Tastes like vanilla ice cream.
All right, kettle on to boil because the next layer, obviously it'd be really not, I mean, I think just with that cream on top would be insane, but tiramisu, it's got that sponge finger layer. All right, Sabrina Carpenter, espresso. Thinking about you, thinking about me, putting some espresso powder in a jug, about 2 tablespoons of that apparently. And now we need, it says 150 milliliters, but I'm gonna push it a little bit more. I wanna have a bit more scope just in case. This is some dark rum. It said to either add that or some coffee liqueur, but I'm a pirate. I love dark rum, one of my favorite things. Dark rum, a little bit of lime and Coke. So this has got to cool down a little bit. If I stick those sponges in now, I'll basically lose my fingerprints, but we are nearly there, folks. All right, folks, so I've got my coffee in a bowl. Excuse this, we're just doing a little bit of POV cam if you fancy seeing that. I've got coffee, rum coffee in a bowl. These are my sponge fingers, sometimes called lady fingers. I've done homemade ones of these before. It's really fun. And they do a really cool design. In fact, if we put it on the screen right now, that grid there, that looks pretty epic indeed. But I'm just gonna soak it in there very quickly. You don't want them too mushy, and stick it in maybe up there. Okay, yeah, we had this camera the other day in Greg's. It was like, oh wow, we could use this like even inside. How crazy is that? What a cool idea. Hopefully I've got enough in this box here. Right, I'm gonna keep going and get this off because it's gonna fall in the coffee. If you like that, I could probably even do some cooking videos with just this. Ooh. Oh dear, folks. Well, my pack of sponge fingers, I mean, that's what they're calling it on there. I don't know if I've got enough. I'm gonna do the best I can, and I don't really want to buy another pack just for a few more, so we might have to get a bit creative and snap it if needs be. And I really hate that I put a couple of these without the writing up like the others. That's not really important right now. We might be okay, actually. I think we're gonna be all right. Gosh, this is tense. I feel like there was a video idea in like working out what biscuit has got the best dunking in it. Hugo and I were talking about that the other day. Is it a rich tea? Is it a digestive? I feel like I want to do a video, maybe a live stream on that. I've gone for like not the exciting design that they've done, but to be honest, I'm more relieved that I've got enough to hopefully cover this area. Yeah, we're gonna be all right. That is a big old relief. We are gonna be just fine, folks. I'm gonna possibly over soak this last one in the corner just so it can like mush a little bit. Oh no. Oh yeah, there you go, you can go in there. That's worked. I'm really happy with that. Oh my gosh, yes. And I've even got one left to celebrate. Is this like, this is a new thing. I'm just gonna like teach you about all food. You've never had one of these before?
I've never had a lady's finger, no.
Right.
Oh wow.
Yeah?
I was expecting it to be soft.
I can get it mushy if you want, but what do you think?
It's pretty good.
Yeah? Nice. I just said to Hugo, you normally get them in trifles and things like that, and you've never had a trifle?
I've never had a trifle.
Is this a series now? The tin is still doing its best to hide from you guys a little bit, but I feel like we've got a lovely top in here. Look at this. Just spread it all around. So it will actually weave in between those sponge fingers. It should just naturally want to lock them in. But right now, I just want to make sure we've topped it. Oh, this is so cool. It's actually going to be, out of all the layers, possibly the thinnest actually. But where it's rigid, we can kind of get a bit of control here. We've not got to push it down the sides of the pan. Oh, this is gorgeous. Yeah, just making sure for the time being that we've covered it. Okay. And then I think I'm just gonna dollop the rest into the middle. Beautiful. It's gonna need a good set though. I'm not gonna rush that part. All right, so this is going in the fridge. And I forget how unsafe this loose bottom is. Like literally, it could drop right now. You would love that, wouldn't you? So into the fridge it goes. I'm gonna give it at least an hour. But whilst I've got you, if you're not subscribed to the channel, I think it's 60% of you regularly watch my videos and aren't subscribed. So if you want to do me a favor, subscribe and keep an eye on the upcoming videos. It'd be massively appreciated. Thank you. Oh my gosh, yeah, the tin feels really cold. This is good. All right, so I have got, oh, what a lovely sight that is. What a lovely sight. Deary me, look at that. And now it's just gone for you guys from white to brown, I guess, but these layers should, and I hope they're gonna look great because it's now time to reveal it. All right then, here we go. I have got the camera lens, which is now the unofficial supporting thing for all springform tins that I own. Oh gosh, I'm really scared. Why am I so scared? Don't be scared, Barry. Embrace it. No, it can come off the camera now. You've had your moment. Yes, this got a little bit in the way with the 100-layer lasagna. Oh my, no. Okay, I've got a board here and, oh, I know I can lift it off this, can't I? Got to get it off of the, there we go. Oh. Okay, we've got to get this backing paper off. Oh gosh. Oh, come on. Okay, and I did tease this idea of slicing off the ends. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go right through here. Hopefully one motion to get, oh my gosh, look at that. Yeah, I have actually just measured to try and get the 9 squares like they've got in the video, all right? How's it looking on that lens?
It's looking lovely.
Right, okay. Steady hand, kinda. Straight down. Oh, gosh. Did that look good?
That looked really good.
I feel like I'm Indiana Jones trying to get that golden statue thing at the start of Raiders of the Lost Ark. But I'm cleaning my knife each time. I'm trying to do just a touch of separation. Yeah, there we go. The brownie does help. Oh, look! Oh, yes! I've got islands!
Oh!
This last one might not be as straight because I've moved it a bit, but I don't think it really matters. That's the best excuse I've got anyway. Come on! Get down! Cut through! Cut through! I feel like I'm playing noughts and crosses with tiramisu brownies. Damn, that sounds amazing. And Hugo, we're about to find out. All right, Hugo, can you use the sexy lens, please?
That looks incredible.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard Hugo, but he just whispered, that looks incredible. I mean, to me, this is our like basic lens. I mean, it's not a basic lens. Cost me a lot of money. But hopefully that one should really, really make this pop. I am over the moon with how these have turned out. Let's give them a try. I just want to see if we can do what they did, where you go down through the whole thing. Come on, Barry. Come on. Oh, we kind of did it. Oh, wow, that looks amazing. Okay, I feel like if I knew someone called Sue, I would probably give him a nickname Tira. Anyhow, this should be incredible. Oh my word, that's fantastic. That is absolutely incredible. And I don't know if part of it is the fact that the brownie is fudgy and cold and like dense. It is gorgeous. The coffee notes are there, mild. I can't really taste the rum, but that is truly, truly out of this world. At this point, I went into a food coma. You know what my opinion is now, so let's see what other people think.
That is incredible.
They're amazing, all right?
What do you mean, is that all right? Do you like them?
I do. They're really good.
Am I supposed to say that?
Not as good as mine.
Oh! The 18-year-old. Your 18th birthday today, I bring you tiramisu brownies.
That's nice. I like that.
Oh, it's really nice. Different. It's like eating 2 desserts.
I like how the tiramisu itself goes into the brownie. That is absolutely spectacular. That's really, really good.
What was that?
I just asked her, are they better than mine?
Get out.